to talk about something that I noticed that was really kind of disturbing to me. And that is all the Walmarts near my school, none of them have a grocery section. Now, these are some of the oldest Walmarts like in Northern Virginia, especially two of them. But I know that those are two of the first in Northern Virginia. And neither of them has a grocery store, like a place where you can get fresh produce. And I say that because Walmarts in that area, they stay packed. I'm talking about people are in and out of there all day long. It's like it's always, a situation in the parking lot, where you waiting to get a spot. And no fresh produce. And those Walmarts are huge too. It's not like it's a small space and you can't get to it. They're huge Walmarts. Oh, like I said, they're some of the oldest ones in Northern Virginia. I'm going to say the two oldest in Northern Virginia. Two of them that I'm thinking of right off the top of my head. But then one of them is relatively new. And I'm sorry, not really relatively new. One of them is probably about 15 years old. That Walmart should at least have some fresh produce. And so I really don't understand. So, I was looking up the definition of a food desert, and it was saying that it's an area that's usually in a low income area, that the grocery store is more than 2 miles away, so the area doesn't fit food desert, but it definitely fits fresh food desert, because all the people are in Walmart because the prices are affordable. And if you go there, you can see all that processed, prepackaged food in there on the shelves, but no fresh produce. Unbelievable. That is really unbelievable. And like I said, the area doesn't fit the definition of a food desert because there are grocery stores around in that area. They're sprinkled throughout that area. But once again, Walmart is always packed. All three of those Walmarts in that area. And I'm talking about these Walmarts. The farthest one from the area I'm talking about is 5 miles away. There's one that's like a mile away, and another one that's like 3 miles away. Just unbelievable. I'm like, this is really, it's not even, I guess I shouldn't say a strange phenomenon, but it's really an unfortunate phenomenon because that area does have a high level of poverty. In this region, that area has one of the highest levels of poverty. But to not give people fresh produce at a place like Walmart, where everybody goes in that area, very unfortunate. And I would say, Walmart, if you hear this, do better, please. Rethink, reconsider, reevaluate, do whatever is necessary to get fresh produce into those Walmarts in Northern Virginia, in the Alexandria area. 3 of them, not one of them is a super Walmart with fresh produce. Unbelievable. Do better. And then on the other side of that, I can go to certain areas, in that city, basically, city with the same name, different jurisdictions, but still, you can walk into a Whole Foods and, all the fresh fruits and vegetables are there. You walk into Harris Teeter, all the fresh fruits and vegetables are there. As you walk in, Giant, Safeway, Amazon Fresh is coming soon, but that area, that one little pocket over there, on the Route 1 corridor in Alexandria, none of the Walmarts have fresh produce. Yeah, very disturbing. I don't know if you all remember, but I often speak or have spoken of the community that I grew up in. And one of my videos, it featured footage from a fish fry that we had there, and that we use the fish fry as a fundraiser. But what that is, building towards is a reunion that we have every year. We call it the Crossroads Family Reunion, because the neighborhood that I grew up in is one of the historically Black neighborhoods and communities in Northern Virginia, and so. Instead of gathering all the time for funerals, because that would usually be a place where you see everybody, people you haven't seen in years, We took, or some of my relatives and friends, people I grew up with, took it upon themselves to do something about it. And so instead of gathering for funerals all the time, we had that brought back the reunion. We would have what was called a community picnic. But that community picnic is like when we all live there. And since now most of us don't live there, now it's called the Crossroads Family Reunion. So, just as an encouragement to other people in your communities, whether, historically Black or whatever, just to hold on to that family feel that, I grew up with, and I'm believing, many others have, and even around Northern Virginia. It's not just the neighborhood that I grew up in, but there are several other neighborhoods, historically Black neighborhoods and communities that do have a celebration every year too. Some of them started before us, and some of them have started since we started. So, just encouragement to, if you have that longing still for those things that you grew up with, for that sense of community, and to see people together at an event or a function where you all can relax and enjoy yourselves, reminisce or whatever, consider having a family reunion, community reunion or whatever, you all decide to call it. But, do something, have something, and don't just let your words just be words. Put action to those words. And it is work. It is definitely work. Those fish fries are not easy. The day of the reunion is not easy, but it is so worth it. I really am happy that we do this. I'm happy to be a part of it. And like I said, I encourage, you or whoever, with your community, do something. Just if it's just to even show the children, I love that, I don't have children of my own, but I love that my nieces and nephews get to experience that, and now my great nieces and nephews are getting to experience these reunions every year. Because once again, like I said, it's how I grew up. My parents grew up in the same neighborhood. My grandparents didn't, but even in their communities in the states where they're from, it's still, that cohesiveness, that sense of family and sense of belonging, to their community that they grew up in. So once again, give it a shot. Go ahead and give it a try. We need it. The children need it. Just to have that sense of history, that sense of culture. We can create that, for ourselves instead of relying on just what our ancestors and elders did for us. You do it. You pick up the reins and run with them. Over the last few weeks, I would say, there's been some very unfortunate, untimely events, and I'm going to say deaths, actually, with people that, I know directly and indirectly, but like I said, we grew up in a tight-knit community, so what impacts one family pretty much impacts everybody. It's like a ripple effect. So you may not know everybody, personally, but when something happens, you feel it. So just with that, I just want to say, love on your loved ones. Love on your loved ones. Tell them you love them. Let go of, the foolishness and the divisiveness, and love on them, especially if you know that their death will have an impact on you. If their sickness would have an impact on you, and, sit with yourself and really look and answer honestly, about that, because some people, I don't care, what happens to them, but no, that's not the right spirit. That's not the right attitude. Love on your loved ones. Seriously. Want to give an update on myself, how I've been doing on my recommitment to my calorie count after my summer of vacationing and being up and down with what I was doing, what my commitment was. So I made my commitment. I recommitted to it. On Saturday, I had a fish fry, in the neighborhood I grew up in, and I did well. I had the macaroni and cheese. I had the potato salad, but I measured it out, so I made sure that I still had the right amount. And fit within my calorie range. So I was good all day, even though I probably did, I know I did I think it was 14,000 steps that day. So it was a lot, but I still hung in there. I just, munched on some pickles, 0-calorie pickles at that. So, when I needed to. So I was good. Only thing is Sunday morning, I don't know what it was, but I just lost my mind Sunday morning. So it was afternoon, because I don't really start eating till afternoon. But I didn't do well at all. I didn't do well at all. I'm like, wow, if I was gonna mess it up, like I wish I had messed up, at the fish fry where I could have ate more of that macaroni and cheese and more of that potato salad, but I didn't. But Sunday, wow, it was ridiculous. Like, and like I always say, I really can't eat that much, but it's like I know I was well over my calorie limit. But once again, I refocused. I'm like, no, that's not me. I'm just not a loser. I'm just not a loser. So I lost a day, but I've recommitted back to my calorie count. So I've been good. This week, happy about that. One more thing though, I forgot to tell you. I said I was mentioned if I had some soda, and I did. I don't know. I was feeling kind of like stressed last week, so that was part of what I did on the day after the fish fry on that Sunday. That was a part of it. I had some Coke Zero. So yeah, but I've been back off of that too. Like it was just that one day. Moving on. No plans to exceed my calorie count. No plans to drink any more Coke Zero. Just sticking to my plan. Executing. I just gotta win. I just have to win. So, all right, that's that. This is how a grocery store should look when you walk in. Live food right from the door. Not potato chips, cupcakes, candy, all that stuff. Fresh fruit, fresh vegetables over there. That's how a store should look. Fresh green beans can ready to go in a pot. I'm actually gonna boil these, even though kind of want to steam them, but I got a lot of things to cook today, so these are getting boiled just so they can get out of the way. Want to get through them fast. So gonna have some garlic in there, onion powder, smoked paprika, of course sea salt, and black pepper. The green beans boiled, smoked paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, crushed black pepper, sea salt, smoked paprika.